What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, readoptionagency.com and urban-picker.com. 24 almost years selling full-time on eBay. And I'm just going to see, I want to kind of see what I did yesterday because we were at a strong day yesterday. So I want to check out my numbers and talk about a change I'm making and why I'm changing them and how you always have to adapt to generations, to decades, to business. Why you always have to adapt and change things up. So I'll get into that as my major talking point, I guess. But yesterday, first off, I want to say last week, the past, not counting the last 2 days, but 7 days prior to that, there was something going on with this account. This is the newer account that's only about a year old. My older account was working fine, but this new account, as you can see, it just went downhill for 7 days straight. Nothing I did in those 7 days helped it. I would list some items, I would end and sell similar, and just kept going down. So I don't know what was affecting this account during that, but then we popped back up. So I know this week's numbers are going to be pretty down over here because of this, but at least we had a good day yesterday and we're having a decent one today. So we're going on noon time here, so about 10 hours into my day. But yesterday over here we ended up doing right at $400. So let me see what I did. $398.38. And then let me see if I had any international sales. What does it say? 50% off ad rates when you try promoted listings up to $300. Give your listings a boost. What? Like, I've always promoted and I tried that $200 thing and it never worked. I wonder if I can just activate it and they'll give me $300 back, because I already got it turned on. You've accepted the 50% off ad piece. Try promoted listings up to $300. This will be active July 11th through 30th. Okay. Well, being I already do it, maybe it will. I'll get some money back. That'd be nice. All right. So I guess check that out if you run promoted listings. I just saw that. That's the first time I've seen it. So it must be newish. Newish. All right, let's check yesterday's numbers. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Where'd that come from? Oh, comparison date. Okay. 662 without the international websites. And no international websites yesterday. So 661.86 equals $1,060 yesterday. So that was nice to see. A lot of my time's being spent on this store listing with List Easier, putting up media. So it's good to see those numbers rising. I'm at 660, over 600 in quite a while. There's 787 there, 710 there. 601 there. I get more frequently than I thought, so never mind. Scratch that. But I've been using List Easier for 30 days now. So as you can see here, when I started, 400, 400, 300, 300, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then we started climbing a little bit, 787. Then we went back down, 3, 4, 2. There was something going on here. But then we've been up here 7, 5, 390, 398, 4, 6, 450, 495, 420, 495, 502, and now 662. And today at noon, we're almost at 200 here. So it looks like listing more is bringing those sales back up. So, and we're in July. So Let me do the week numbers. I know I'm going to do the clothing store first because I know it's going to be bad over here. Whoops, wrong one. All right, we'll do Monday through Thursday, see where we're at for the week. So yeah, $1,088, down 24% because of that crummy whatever the hell was going on. Boo. Boo-hoo. So let's check. The media store, see what it looks like. So without any national websites, 2080 2139 2138.96. So that's up 7.8%. Divide that by 4. So that's 807 a day. So at least we're still over that $800 mark, even with that bad store. Could you imagine if I did good in that store this week? We would have topped 900 easily. Easily. CDs up 23%. 52% of my sales now are CDs in the store. Cassettes and records and DVDs and video games rounded out. Biggity bam. All right, that's where I am on that. So now I know. And now we'll do a little bit of talking points, I guess. I actually wrote down some talking points. I made a video the other day because I don't know why this camera's so dark. Even with when I turn on all the lights in here, it just stays dark for some reason. I don't know what changed. I tried messing with the camera, and I got this big ring light here. Even when I turn that on, it's still dark. So I don't know what the hell is going on. So I apologize then if I'm looking spooky and some stuff. But I could go over here and be highlighted a little bit better. I can lean like I'm cool or something. Hey, what's going on? What's up? Hey. Hey. No? Okay, never mind. Actually got darker too, didn't it? I'm blending in. You can't even see Courtney, can you? Barely. I don't know what the hell changed here. Effect filters. I can play with all that, but I won't waste your time doing that. I'll play with it later. So I made the video the other day talking about, it seemed like when I noticed a lot of people were kind of, especially John from Flippin' Ain't Easy, just kind of Big Al situation and kind of freaking out and kind of putting the blame on the fact that he listed a lot and sold a lot, and that's what caused his problems. I saw today that he actually got suspended from eBay now. Like I said, I think I saw in one of his videos where he said he had the MCO11 thing 12 times since he's been on eBay. And that right there for me was a red flag saying, you know, there's something more to the situation. It's not because you've listed a lot of stuff and you sold a lot of stuff. There was something more that has caused those issues. Because it just doesn't happen like that. And especially, 12 times in the past, there was something there. So if you're still, I see when I was watching this video today, I saw a lot of people just jumping on the bandwagon, right? And like, I'll be the first to say eBay's got their problems. The website has their problems. Oh, dramatic. The website has their problems. I'll be the first to say that. But I'll be the first to defend it too if I feel like the whole story's not being told, if you will. And I didn't feel like the whole story is being told, or at least I didn't hear the whole story. How about that? And so a lot of people are just jumping on the, F eBay and this and that. And I say, don't compare your business to somebody else's, even when they're having problems, because unless the content creator is full transparency, shows everything, and is 100% transparent with everything, you're not going to know if there's something in the background, something else going on, things like that. So if it's not happening to you, don't worry about it. If your numbers are all good and everything's running right, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just do you. I'm gonna buy me a new camera. This is ridiculous having to deal with this thing. Don't buy an instant 360 camera. These things just go rogue whenever the hell they want to. So that was my first talking point. Just do you. Don't worry about what anybody else online does. If true content creators, when something happens, or positive or negative, it's about showing, not just showing you, but teaching you, hey, if I did something wrong, I'm going to show you what I did wrong so you don't make that mistake, right? I mean, that's what it's all about for me personally. It's not about how many views I get. It's if I only get 500 views on a video, hey, if somebody pulled something from that, that's all that freaking matters to me. I know I'm not going to make $1 million on YouTube, and I'm lucky if I'll even pull ever again $1,000 in a month on YouTube, and I'm fine with that because I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and I can sleep at night. I'm not going to wind nobody down the wrong road or anything. So don't worry about other people. Just learn from their mistakes if they're giving you the information to learn from. That's all I can say on that. And then I talked about my store, that new store having some kind of issues. But then my talking point I wanted to talk about is changing in business. So I've been doing this 24 years now, and I've always had to make some kind of adjustments, changes over the years. And one of the changes I made, when I originally, probably for the first, 15 years, like if I sold a CD and the case was cracked, I changed the case. At that time, I would buy CD cases and the newer ones are lighter than a lot of the older ones. So I would even save money on shipping because it would take a 5-ounce CD down to a 4-ounce CD, and I would save money, right? And at that time, those cases were only like 10 cents a piece. So it was very easy. Then as time went on and CDs kind of slowed down, for me, it really wasn't worth the time to change those cases anymore. So I would just take the pictures with the cracked cases, and I'm still going to do that, but and I just sold them with the cracked cases. And I would get a complaint every once in a while, get a negative feedback every once in a while. No big deal because it was 0.001% or whatever of the amount I was selling. So at that time, the majority of the people who were buying were collectors. It wasn't just your common person who wants music, as it was the first 12, 13, 15 years. It turned into more of just a collector's market. People are buying them for their collections. Those people have spare jewel cases. They have them sitting around, so they don't care about buying a CD with a broken jewel case. I don't care about buying a CD with a broken jewel case. I have plenty of them. I change them out. No big deal. Well, the market's kind of shifted on CDs. CDs are now, there are collectors still buying, yes. But there's an increase of a younger generation buying CDs now, kind of like they were with vinyl over the past several years. So, just within the past, I want to say month, the complaints of cracked cases have jumped up. And I am looking at that as the younger crowd who are buying some of this stuff. And it's the ones who will buy one, like Hillary Duff or something like that, right? It's not the collectors, it's the new kids in, and they don't have jewel cases. So as of now, and I put it on my list easier description, I will change all, if there's a broken case in the picture, I will change all broken cases before mail. So now that's there, and I just ordered 1,000 pack of jewel cases, which are now from 10 cents, they're up at 39 cents. So an increase there. But again, it will save me a little bit on my 5-ounce CDs when they go down to 4 ounces. Then they'll go into ground shipping, even though ground shipping's gone up a little bit. So I'll at least get a little bit of that 39 cents back on some of them. But I had to switch just because I don't want that to turn into a big negative for my store. And then all of a sudden I start getting all these negatives about a cracked case when maybe I was only getting one every 8 months or 12 months or something like that, right? So I don't want that to turn into an issue. So I'm changing things just because of the customer feedback. So always have your ear to the wall, pay attention, and never, I say, if people, I know a lot of people on YouTube, because they express it, when a buyer complains about something, people just get mad and take it personal, kind of just write it off. But don't do that. Take it in and go and think about why that person's complaining. And if it starts happening more than once, then you know there's something there that's changing. And if you don't adapt, you may fall. It may push you down, whatever the case may be. No matter what subject matter you're selling in or whatever. Always keep your ear to the wall with the customers. Sure, you have your crazy customers and your scammers and stuff like that, but that's a very, very, very small percent, at least in my world anyway. So always keep your ears open, always be open to change and open to feedback, and adjust accordingly when you need to. Is it probably going to cost me a little bit more? Overall, yeah, probably. But that's all right. That's just the cost of business. So just what you got to do sometimes. So it's going to be what it's going to be, right? So if you are not already, please sign up for List Easier. So you'll be one of the first to be able to use the tool. Put up a couple of videos yesterday, and I'm going to go list crazy today with it. So I'm going to have me some fun and just sit here, turn my music up, and just list today, and just be happy. So I think that's it. What am I up to today so far? Take a look at that. Let me see if there's any international sales yet today. Let me do this. No, it's already 180. So none today. So 181. And we're 10 hours into my day. And 121. So $300, 302. So that should be an indication of a $700+ day. So maybe once I get listing, we can push that number up a little bit and get over the $800 mark today. So, at minimum. At a minimum. All right. I'm going to go find me some lunch before I get working here. And enjoy your Friday. Enjoy some Friday sales. And I will see you all in the next video later.